favorite terminal in pupylinux is urxvt. It is installed in every pupylinux distros that I know of, yet more modern distros, or recent distros I should say, seems to hide it. So for example, in Kinetic Pup32, which is what I'm running here for this YouTube presentation, if we enter F12, you get a menu and go down to utility, and you see LX terminal, but it doesn't mention anything about urxvt. So what you have to do is go ahead and open up a LX terminal and then just type in urxvt. Then this is the default appearance of urxvt terminal in this particular pupylinux. And we can go ahead and get out of that and then type it in again, and you'll see that it always opens up in the left upper quadrant. And usually I like to when I'm working and have for example website and browser open, that I usually prefer to have it have the terminal open in the right lower quadrant, somewhat out of the way of everything. So we'll discuss briefly about the control of appearance and the location of the where we can place it. Controls the behavior of urxvt is .xdefaults. This is found in the root directory .xdefaults. All you have to do is just grab it and then with the left mouse and open up in and then release it in Genie, which is a text editor that we have here. So now we can go through the changing of the appearance and modifying the urxvt. One of the first things that we may want to do is urxvt comes in a pupylinux in a black color, and it's very easy to go ahead and change the color. What you have to do is just drag your left mouse and then just pick the a color and go to a color palette, and then for example we can go ahead and pick another color. So let's go ahead and pick a color over here, and so we'll get a color over here, and then we'll go ahead and OK. So now the color has changed, but we don't see it. So we'll save it and we'll start the urxvt again. Now we can see the color has changed from black color to the color. So that's how easy it is to go ahead and change the color. Now right now we see a line that blinks, and rather than the line I like to have a rectangle that blinks. And also there is a scroll bar on the left. I would rather not have any scroll bar and have a very clean type of a background. And third thing is that there is a title bar with a with the maximize buttons and so on. But because I like to use a terminal with mainly a keyboard rather than dragging the mouse up there, I'd rather not have this title bar, and we can make it go go through how to configure that. Also the letters here is perhaps a tiny bit smaller than what I would like, then we'll go ahead and modify that. So we'll get out of that, and we can modify these things by, for example, urxvt font is the size is 11 now, and let's make it slightly bigger, and let's go for 12 and see what happens. And right now there's a scroll bar that's on the left side, and we'll go ahead and make it false, make it disappear. Cursor underline, we don't want the cursor underline, we'll make that false, and by default will be a rectangle that blinks just like this. So for now we can go ahead and save that, and we'll open the terminal again, urxvt, and you can see now the blink is blinking a square rectangle. The letter is slightly bigger, and we've lost the scroll bar. Now next we would like to have this placed in the right lower quadrant, and let me tell you about urxvt geometry, which is a parameter that tells the width of the window and the height of the urxvt, which is 25 in this case. And additionally, you can put a coordinate of the left upper quadrant and place it in the pixel. So pixel is first number is horizontal, and second number is the vertical pixel. So I went ahead and practiced and then placed it. So this is the coordinate and the placement that is appropriate for this monitor. So we'll go ahead and exclamation point. We'll ignore the line, and we will remove that, and then again we'll save it, and then we'll go ahead and bring out the terminal. Now you can see that it is on the right lower quadrant, which is the position that I prefer. Now we still have the title bar here, and we want to get rid of it. So what we can do is edit the JWM-RC personnel file, which is in a root and a hidden folder .jwm. So we can go ahead and simply go over here, and then we can remove the title bar. For example, in my setting now that I've removed title bar and urxvt, for example, and let me just go ahead and show you. So it has no title bar, and let me move it down a little bit. So this is kind of appearance that I would prefer for urxvt. So we can simply go ahead and just drag all this section and then copy, and then we can place it here, and removes urxvt buttons, and this line gets ignored. So we would simply just change this to urxvt, and then we'll go ahead and save it. And to force the computer to reread the JWM related configuration files, we will go ahead and issue the command of JWM/restart $sign. Now when we restart, we've lost the title bar on urxvt, which is what we wanted to do. Some Linux distros have a what's called a drop-down terminal. Drop-down terminal is simply a terminal that opens somewhat way up here, and that seems to be very helpful in selected cases. So we can do that. So I've if you enter the urxvt dash geometry with the numbers here. It simulates this simulates what's called a drop-down terminal, and I can see that here we probably prefer that the point of left upper be placed a little bit closer to the left side. So rather than having this at 200, let me make it a little bit so let's go ahead and try 100, and again we'll go ahead and 100, and we'll go ahead and try it again. Now it's much to my liking. Maybe a 1, Control C, 120. Okay, now once you have this urxvt and this configuration numbers, what you can do is bind these to a key binding, and we'll go to that to how to do that. To bind, once you get the parameter for urxvt geometry and the numbers which will place the terminal up here, what you can do is put that in for example, whenever you click F10, it will give you that terminal. So what you can do is, to set that up, you go to keyboard binding file, which is jwm-rc-personnel, and I've already started a little bit of a keyboard, so this command here tells the pupylinux to, whenever you key touch the F10, it gives you this command. So it runs this command, which is what we want to do. So simply to copy, you go ahead and just copy this line here, and you just left drag and just let go of the button, and then click here, and then to copy and paste, to paste, you can just use middle mouse click right there. So it actually put that copied and pasted right there where we need it. And what we'll do is just go ahead and save the file. Now we have to force the computer to go ahead and reread the a new configuration. So we'll go up jwm-restart, and then now see what happens whenever we go ahead and enter F10. We'll go ahead and close that. We'll go ahead and close that. Now I'm gonna touch the F10 key. See how easy that is. So that's how you can configure to open it here. I have it set up as super, and T will open it down there, and if I prefer to have it open up there, I touch the F10, and this is that's what happens. urxvt has had a bad reputation because of difficulty with copy and paste function. However, in pupylinux it is very easy once you know how to do this. So we'll go ahead and open up the urxvt down here, and let's say we want to copy this this line here. All you have to do is just left click and just drag and here, and then let's say we want to put it on urxvt on T10 and put it up there, and insert at the same time. We'll go ahead and paste to whatever is in the memory. So go ahead and paste. Similarly, what you can do is go ahead and erase it, and also just middle mouse click will do exactly the same. So we will just go ahead and change, just copy the file sharing the letter here. Again, you just let go of the left mouse and then go down to, we'll go ahead and close that, go down to urxvt and shift and insert. So that puts it right there. Okay, now you may ask, how about copying from internet, a web browser? So we'll go ahead and go to random site, and let's say I wanna just go ahead and copy these here, and again just simply drag with the left mouse click and open up urxvt. Keyboard is shift and insert. Okay, otherwise it's a middle mouse click. Okay, so you may want to also similarly, we can go ahead and certainly do that with a, we'll go ahead and close that, and with a edit, the gedit, let's say we want to go ahead and just copy this line here. Just drag with your left click mouse and then open up F10, and then what keyboard again? Shift and insert, yes, or middle mouse click. So this is a middle mouse click right there. So that's how easy it is. So there should not be any confusion about copy and paste in urxvt.